Nah, I really want to see like, I would like to see like Killer Croc or something in this game. Batman medium difficulty. To me, he's straightforward. What? We got to do something about this because this is gonna get a lot of people's impressions wrong. I hate when fighting games do this. Now, again, it might just be meaning no harm, but I hate when fighting games tell people that a character is difficult or hard. Because I used to be one of those people that saw the difficulty being 5 stars and then never touching the character, rather than just touching the character and seeing for myself. That will deter people 100%. In other fighting games, people do this with charge characters. They found out a character's charge and they like, this is the hardest thing in the world, and then never learn charge characters for the rest of their life. So I'm here making a tier list for multiverses on the ease of use of characters in this game. Essentially, I'll be talking about their kits, their movesets, and their abilities and how they apply to both 1v1 and 2v2, and should it be worth your time playing the character or not. However, even though I just said that, I got a disclaimer. Just because you see a character in one of these tiers of things of that nature doesn't mean you can't be good with the character versus my objectivity of the skill with the character. Heck, anybody can win in any fighting game. Street Fighter 6, Lily is a low tier character, arguably, that just won one of the biggest majors of the year for Street Fighter 6. So use every character to your heart's content. I just want to get out the way. I want y'all to make your own minds. And if a character sticks to you, play the character. Unless you really want to win, then you're tier whore. Don't get mad at people for picking top tier characters. You can pick them too. Alright, for my tier list of my ease of use for Multiversus Season 1, I'm going to tell y'all based on, are they brain dead? Are they brain dead? Are they easy? It depends. Do you have grasp of the mechanics to use the character's mechanics? Or are they very straightforward to you? Or are they very situational? And then hard. Some characters that you feel like you just got to do way more work to do than the rest of the cast. Let's get right into this. Let's just get this out the way. The first hard character, in my honest opinion, I'm gonna have to give credit to him. We gotta talk about Reindog. Alright, so number one, why I feel like he's hard character is that early on you have to grasp and you use his abilities, right? And he doesn't just have straightforward stuff where he just goes directly at the opponent, right? Like you have to actually understand the distance between his attacks. And I think that's something a lot of people don't take into account. Right, it's a platform fighter, yes, but there's some technical stuff in the game still, even if it's slower game. I think the easiest thing about Reindog though is his aerials, and even then you might get mixed up by trying to like make sure you're hitting them properly. Even this fireball, you could throw it out, but like if people see it coming, they can punish you just straight for just rushing in. You're gonna get cooked fighting them with Reindog. And it's crazy because a lot of people, even when you watch 2v2s right now, you barely see people use all of his tools right. They just throwing them out just to throw them out. And I'm like, no, bro, like it's a reason why you gotta do these moves and stuff like that. Now we back with the character that started this in the first place. I'm gonna be honest with you, Batman, I'm a Batman main. I'm not gonna downplay him. I'm gonna be real with you. He is very easy to play on a surface level. Very easy, and I'll explain why. Alright, so Batman, to me, he's kind of like the Mario of the game. He's pretty straightforward with what the tools he has. He has an obvious kill option, which to me makes him easy, which is his up special. You do it again, you see them air dodge, you throw it again. If you dodge a certain way, just do it again. Like I know it may sound like I'm breaking them down very simple because I was a top 100 Batman at this point, but I will say like, he was even worse in the other versions. I would put him in brain dead in the other versions. Now that he doesn't have the movement because of how the game's designed right now, I won't do that to Batman. I honestly think Batman has one of the best jabs in the game. If you do get the dash attack off in some scenarios, you can combo like from everything. A lot of his basic attacks just combo really easy. The only reason I didn't put him in brain dead though is him using the smoke. A lot of people don't know how to use this. Some people just throw it down and then just let people run into it and see it like that. What a lot of people don't know is that you throw it down, it has damage on its activation right now. But if you don't have any smoke, he still has an animation off of it as well that can hit. Another thing about Batman is that might be a little challenging for some people is learning how to get the Batarang to move around in its own way. Now the next character on this list, I hate fighting this character. I love playing this character, but I will not lie to you, he might be the first character that go in brain dead tier. All right. Now the thing about Superman is that it's really hard to get him in disadvantage now. And that's why I put him in brain dead tier. And since the game is slower, it's arguably harder to dodge Superman stuff now, especially in 1-on-1. In teams, you can hit him and do stuff like that, but even then, in my honest opinion, it feels like he's very harder to get out a lot of his stuff, but he is very committal now, I feel like. Maybe I'm just being too nice, but that's how I feel, and I'll show y'all. All right, so brain dead. Superman has probably the hardest move for Superman to do, honestly, is knowing when to get the laser out. His down special. That's it. And literally you just jump and do it. You'll figure that out after like a few minutes. Even up close, it applies flammable or ignites on the player. His tools in the air, he did get nerfed a little bit. Like this used to kill off stage a lot. See, that doesn't even hit the way it used to. That's probably like the one move that they kind of really nerfed about Superman. Like him having armor is a big thing right here. Also, another thing about Superman, a lot of y'all probably don't know. You probably like, damn, I'ma hold this and it's gonna go past him. No, as long as you're in the radius, you still hit him. Ain't no resort to throw this out because you can just throw it out, get hit, and air dodge out, man. The next character in Brain Dead, we gotta get it out the way. I'm putting WonderWoman up here. Arguably, WonderWoman is one of the best characters in multiverses, and I'm gonna explain why. WonderWoman, honestly, she feels like the best character in the game, in my honest opinion. Right? She might even go above Superman by tier list. We'll think about that. But her movement and stuff like that, she feels very close to like the old multiverses. I don't know, maybe I'm tweaking on some placebo, but she just feels very good. She can combo into everything, bro. Like at 104, he's dead. I'm not even gonna go deeper into the explanation of WonderWoman. Plus, her having the ability to use armor, when in doubt, armor up if you got it. Like, I give WonderWoman some credit though. The better you are at combos, like for example, you could do more crazy stuff like that and catch people off guard. Like, bam. You see what I did there? I give WonderWoman credit. Next is Joker, the character I have a lot of playtime on right now. I will honestly say Joker is a little bit in between of like Brain Dead and Easy, because I'm gonna put him right here and y'all gonna explain why shortly. So Joker has a straightforward tool set. If you played him at this point, you're probably like, yo, he's a DC character that plays very similar to Bugs Bunny with his up air, right? I made a whole guide on Joker, by the way, so go check that out. I think what makes Joker a character that's top 5, honestly, he has tools for every situation. You can see him easy to pick up. You can understand what's going on with Joker pretty well. I think one thing about Joker, a lot of people are constantly talking about it. Nobody uses the Jack in the Box or the Matador Gladiator thing, but it's really good at ledges to catch people if you could catch somebody. I think they should extend this one a little bit longer so it can reach platforms, because I don't really find it to be that good personally, or it's just a move you just get punished by all the time trying to do one of these or the other a lot. I honestly find Joker to be a very standardized character compared to a lot of other characters. That's a case for a lot of the Batman characters in here, so that's how I honestly feel. All right, next character on this list is Harley. I'm gonna put Harley in It Depends. The thing about Harley is that she's kind of like Joker in a way, where like you could say, all right, she's free, she's easy to get stuff off, but she does have melee actions that are pretty cool that you can probably just knock somebody out really quick with. A lot of Harley tools require you to understand and understand how the game works and how players move. To get big damage off of people, you got to be able to throw this bomb out perfectly, detonate it, and then potentially combo from it, right? If the player is aware, they're going to avoid and run away from you the whole time until you pop that explosion on them. But I definitely do think Harley is a character that can be very easy depending on how much you understand the game, or very hard if you don't understand how her tools work at all. She's very like situational dependent, and capitalizing off of that is very important for playing this character. Another character I gotta put in Depends, it gotta go to Black Adam. If the opponent don't understand how the game work, you're gonna destroy them easily. So like I said, his dash attack is really weird in my honest opinion. Most of the time, people don't know how to deal with his jab. Yep, just do it again. And then they just got to go air. If they don't know the air dodge, this is probably what you see on Twitter. It was like this in the OG version of Multiversus. A lot of his tools are very stage dependent on where they land and if you can capitalize off of them. Like this move right here, cooks. This is like one of his strongest moves. That does a lot of damage, 15% of damage. It adds static electricity to him, and it puts him at 18%. And then you got this bubble, and it's like, this is really good in 2v2s, especially if people just throwing stuff at you and negates it. So this is why I'd be like, all right, he's easy, because now you can stop all zoning and projectile tools. But if players know how to deal with it and not throw stuff out at it just so they won't waste up their utility, they just gonna play around them. So now it's up to the Black Adam player to figure out how can you approach them if they throw something out or if they're not. And I feel like he can be very easy or hard depending on your play style. All right, first of all, Bugs Bunny pisses off a lot of people that play this game. All right, Bugs Bunny has a lot of cool tools that he can combo off of. You see this bat? This bat is still crazy. Sometimes you get hit by the bat, you like, damn, how he do all that? And if they don't air dodge, it's just gonna accumulate really fast. He has one of the coolest projectiles in the game. It's gonna drop down, and then you can hit him from whatever you want, combo into it even. He is very, very much a menace right now. He has kill options for almost every move in the game. It's so crazy. He can combo into bat. You see what I'm saying? Like, everything works. Like, you probably be like, does this work? And it probably worked. You see the rocket, bro? Sometimes it's even harder to step on or evade the rocket now because of the game speed. And it's like, yo, you might end up accidentally killing somebody with Bugs Bunny because of the rocket. Usually people throw out the rocket. You can't play in that lane of field or play on that part of the stage at the moment. But nah, you might just die. Sadly, Velma used to be up here in Brain Dead. But right now, I'm gonna be real, she hard as hell. And I'm so sad about it. One big thing about Velma is that she loses her line tool. It goes a pretty mid-screen distance, but you can't angle it or move it compared to the last version of Multiversus, which is honestly disappointing. I get the move was strong and annoying, but dog, like, they completely just destroyed that move for me. It's not even remotely as fun as it used to be, right? It doesn't inflict anything either, which is very annoying. Another thing about Velma, is that you got to be able to be right on them. Like, some of these hitboxes is not as good compared to like the old version of Multiversus. Lastly, another thing that makes her harder is her speech bubbles used to knock them up way higher and have more hits done. And I think she only has 3 now. It used to be like 3 or 4-ish, maybe 5 even sometimes, depending on how many you had. They nerfed her completely around the board, in my honest opinion, but she might still be strong in the future. Who knows? Right now, I'ma just chop her to, like, she's a hard character to play. 2 characters I'm gonna speed run right quick because I don't want to talk about them and I'm not buying Taz, but I played a lot of Taz compared to the old beta, the new beta. So right now, Taz is a character that he depends. I honestly feel like he depends on how good you are understanding hitboxes and hurtboxes of fighting games and Multiversus. I think the big thing about Taz that's scary is that in 2v2 scenarios, if things are chaotic and he throws out a tornado, he's bound to hit people off of it. But what makes him hard is that it's very noticeable. You could literally dodge and get away from it and punish it in a lot of scenarios, but it is harder to. So it does depend on the player when it comes to Taz. Marvin, I'm gonna be real with you. Marvin is a character that's like, I ain't seen out a single I fought like 2 Marvins, right? And the big thing about Marvin is that they're trying to use the rocket to hit you and they're not doing nothing else. They just spamming buttons over and over again. 1-on-1, he might be better. I'm gonna just throw him in it depends because it's just week 1 and he's not completely discovered all the way already in this version of Multiversus. Next character on the list, we gotta do Mr. Shaggy. You going in easy. So the reason why I say Shaggy is easy is obviously he's the tutorial character. They want everybody to play Shaggy, of course. That's common sense. I think what makes Shaggy really strong in this version is because of the game speed, right? It's sometimes hard to catch Shaggy, definitely, in a lot of scenarios when he charges up. And this shit does so much damage, 25 damage, and I think he applies weaken. Very straightforward. I highly recommend this character for everybody. If they give me Ultra Instinct Shaggy, I'll play him. That's the one thing I want. I want them to just make like a bootleg Ultra Instinct skin for Shaggy, bro. All right, the next character on this list so far is Finn and Jake. Y'all probably think I'm gonna put Finn and Jake in Brain Dead, but I'm also gonna put him in easy, and here's why. So we know Finn is also like the Martha of this game, essentially, right? I feel like a lot of the reasons why makes Finn good, Finn is a combo monster. You know, you got to know how to combo with the character to cook with the character too, right? The big thing about Finn is his gimmick. He has 3 things that literally you have to collect coins, and the best way to get coins is hitting them really hard or using the backpack, right? And then you got to collect the coins. It's not like the coins just sit there and fall into you when you hit them. You got to go collect them. You can't just get the coins after the attack works. It don't work like that. So again, big thing about Finn this time around, way more than usual, I think you have to focus on resource management a lot, which makes him very easy, but he can kind of go on depends too, depending on if you're really good at that type of thing in these types of games. I'm gonna put Finn down to like high, it depends, because now I'm thinking about it, it depends on the player. How good you are with them, or do you even want to use the tools he has? You could probably cook without him. Lastly, we got to talk about the character that was gonna go in hard from the beginning. I'm putting Morty in hard. Morty is a hard character to play, y'all. Don't tweak. Morty's one of my, honestly, Morty was probably my secondary or like my 3rd favorite character to play with in old multiverses. I'm gonna explain why. So Morty, as a character, you gotta understand how to use his tools to combo off of him. A lot of his stuff is very situational, and you gotta understand the character. In my opinion, Morty is kind of like, this might be a stretch, the Sheik of multiverses. And the reason why is because you have to have very good awareness to know which way they're gonna go, which way you're gonna dodge, and can you capitalize from it. I think one thing that made him like easier there is deck and combo at higher percent, and these grenades are very hard to use. You have to be on point with them grenades. Also, compared to Rick, his teleport doesn't go as far, so like you can literally punish it, see the end of it, and then hit them out of it. They have to burn an air dodge. You gotta be really smart to play this character personally. All right, here we go. The most brain dead character in my honest opinion. Y'all gonna be like, what? Huh? We gotta go ahead and put him in brain dead. All right, so let's talk about Stripe. First of all, this character is a Neanderthal. Everything he does is comboable. You probably see people do like the 2 hits of this, and then you could switch the combo around. That's crazy. His auto combo got multi-directions to it. If he gets that hit off, you see that reticle right there? I could go Happy Chaos, right? After hitting you with the basic jab and get 3 shots off that knocks you back and staggers your movement at least 3 times if he spams it in rotation. Even with the cooldown, I'm just like, die. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just die, bro. Just die. So I'm gonna go bomb. You see what I did there? Just 1 shot. You gotta guess what I'm gonna hit the button to from full map. That's crazy. He brain dead, y'all. Now, next character on this list, I gotta go to the one and only, the GOAT, Arya Stark. We're here with Arya Stark. Now, Arya Stark has pretty good tools to get the job done in every scenario. Pretty straightforward with the sword abilities and her movements in the game. That's really good. Number 1, sometimes, like, you see the side special with the little knife, it doesn't always connect the way it used to. Like, if you got the knife off, you get the hit, but now you get it and they go to the other side, and it's like you gotta turn around a second to do it. And if they mashing or something like that, or air dodging, you just missed the whole point of getting this. You got to be really smart to like catch somebody with that knife nowadays. I think the best thing she has, in my honest opinion right now, she has one of the best dash attacks. It multi-hits 3 times and has crazy knockback at like even lower percentages. Outside of that, I feel like she's hard simply because a lot of stuff requires more execution than it needs to be. Like, for example, that doesn't work. When you get the hit, they facing the other way from the opponent. Okay, next on the list, we going straight to Rick. I'll be honest, I found Rick to be very easy. In this game. I don't know how much easier compared to the other 3 characters, but he's an easy, kind of like almost an it depends. Let me explain. So one thing about Rick, he has a very straightforward moveset. His forward aerial is pretty good. He has the stump, and he has this down special that makes him get bigger. Now, it's really good because throwing it out there and you coordinate with your teammate, just throwing it out sometimes in chaotic neutral can just help benefit you so much in interactions. They also fixed his whip, which I really do like about Rick all across the board. It has a very more defined hitbox. Sometimes this shit would miss, and I'd be so mad in the old version of Multiversus. Another thing that they changed about Rick now, which is why he's an easy it depends, you used to be able to go portal combos or like hit him into it. It doesn't work like that right now for some reason. You see what I'm saying? Like he doesn't just go in the portal that you could combo from it. I don't know what they did to Rick, but he's still a solid character, but he can't combo the way he used to. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong or I just forgot, but next character, we're gonna put up Jake. Now, Jake used to be a menace. He used to piss everybody off because he was just stretching, hitting people. I'll be honest, I'm putting Jake at like high, it depends. He's almost easy, but almost not. Because nowadays, you got to know how to like, you can't just turn your brain off, I feel like right now with Jake. One thing about Jake is getting the fist off. He has a lot of solid tools and stuff like that, but you got to understand what to do with this character. A lot of people like to do the stretch dig into the up move. This doesn't work as good as I remember, especially low percents, but he is very easy to get a kill off the top of the screen vertically, right? Horizontally, that's a different story with him. Even at like a high percent, the horse doesn't kill or knock back like that, so you might feel like you're just doing the same move and over again. And he still ain't that at 154% from the horse. So I found him very challenging to get stuff happening from the other side of the screen. But that just depends on how you like playing the game. Next character on the roster. I feel so sorry for how they did y'all, man. Tom and Jerry, you might be hard as hell. You might be like one of the hardest characters to play. And I don't have Tom and Jerry because when I played him back then, he was hard. I still played him recently and he was kind of challenging. He was fucking annoying as hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the big thing about Tom and Jerry is that you have to understand that like, yo, you might seem like he brain dead because they mashing on you at like lower level, but in 2v2s, you got to be able to understand like where Jerry is, how can you get these ping pongs off, the projectiles, and you got to be able to coordinate with them to just use it right. He's kind of like this game's Rosalina and Luma, so character can be easy, obviously, on the surface of it to play, but once you get into those higher ranks of fighting better players, he gonna be a struggle, my guy, a bad struggle. Next on this list though, I'ma just go ahead and put Iron Giant also into like, and it's because he's just generally big. I don't gotta show y'all, he's probably one of the easiest characters to combo in the game. So your understanding of like, I'm big, I'm a tank, and not getting hit, the longer you survive and know how to use his tools, it could be a struggle for Iron Giant, I ain't gonna lie to you. He's a fun character to play across the board. Next on this list, I'm gonna be honest, I'm putting Banana Guard probably in Brain Dead. This character is extremely strong and honestly almost broken right now. Banana Guard, really strong character. Like Shaggy on the other side of the screen, it's hard to catch him in one-on-one because you can't dodge and get the movement to catch him to get his thing off. So it's easy to get his buff off, right? He reminds me of like Pit and Link fused if they was just broken, right? He has that aerial, the Link Nair from Smash Ultimate. He has all good tools in every situation. His forward aerial hits like a truck. This could cook some characters, especially if they don't know how to air dodge or somebody delays it. It's crazy. His moves, you see how much damage that does? He was like at under 90 before I did that and still getting launched. Let's see. So I'm gonna try to go for the cry. Right, and I'm gonna see how much this does. He's dead, insta dead. If you could get like an instance of that, like not even a full thing, like insta this, he's dead again. This character's too strong. And if I'm not mistaken, I think J Mafia just won a Hungry Box tournament with Banana Guard. Don't sleep, this character's really good. We're gonna just get this out the way. Steven, you're going to go into nowadays because of the infinite and multiverses. Some people be like he's easy to play. In 1v1s, he's easy. In 2s, he can also be very annoying and destruct you from playing the game. Throwing out that shield a lot could literally cook your teammate. He going into it depends. Next, we're gonna do Garnet. Garnet as a character, still struggling in the game. A lot of her tools require like a lot of setup and time to do. I feel like Garnet is very hard. Lastly, we're gonna have to go ahead and put Gizmo and like, it depends. A lot of characters are in it depends to easy. It's the fact that you have to use the arrow to stack with his popcorn to get maximum damage. Even outside of that, he is a smaller character. So like, that's another thing you got to think about when picking Gizmo. Lastly, I'm gonna say this now, right now, as a tank, he is pretty easy. Jason across the board is a fun character to play at every levels of play. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I think like a month from now, once people figure out the matchup, he might get cooked because he's big, and he does have tools that just hit like a truck everywhere. He also has like very defined kill options that is very pick up and play friendly as well, in my opinion. Him also having ability and a move that he can stop knockback is crazy altogether. And lastly, we got to go for the last person on the roster, LeBron James. I'll be honest with you, I found LeBron to be pretty easy. I think the only thing about LeBron is just knowing how to throw the projectile. And you stacking it, I'm gonna put him like probably right behind Rick. That's how I feel in my head. LeBron has a lot of moves that are like disjointed and like they just hit very weird, so it can't catch you off guard even after dodging. I don't know, I found LeBron to be a very easy character to play. All right, we got to change this. We're gonna move Banana Guard probably a little bit up. We're like top 3 low key. My last opinion on this, I might just move Jake up to easy. He could be easy to play. Everybody like Jake the dog anyway. So this is my ease of use, hard to play, easy to play tier list. Do not let this deter you from picking any character, anything like that. Multiversus is a game that's pick up and play friendly anyway. It's a free to play game. So after a few matches with whatever character you want to play, you'll probably figure them out pretty fast, quick, and easy, by the way. Don't sleep on that. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, do not let this tier list discourage you from playing the game however you want to play the game, okay? I want y'all to have the best of times playing Multiversus, and that's what I really just want to happen across the board with everybody that wants to play this game, okay? It's your boy Avataryaya. You guys are golden, and that is raw. Squala, peace, and I'm out.